how to get superhuman cardio without doing your road work. We're gonna cut out the pounding the pavement today. We're gonna focus on drills you can do in the gym, ones that I use that help me stay ahead of my opponents when it comes to cardio. I would say it is very safe to conclude that if you have trash cardio, you're gonna do terribly in fight sports. There are very few fighters that you see who are successful when after a round or two they're doing that. It does happen sometimes when there's crazy high output in fights, but in general, the top fighters have stellar cardio. But you might want it, but are unwilling to do that road work. You're like, you know what? My knees hurt, my shins hurt, I don't have time. Could be as simple as that. But guess what? All is not lost. We have some fantastic drills we're gonna cover today, some with skipping rope, some on the bag. You could do them with a partner. You can do them even better without. Very often at the end of a training session, I will utilize these, okay? I did my training session, I did my sparring, I did my pad work, did all the stuff with somebody helping me. They have to leave. I'm left on my own and I'm like, what is gonna put me above the competition? What are things that my competition are unwilling to do? That's what we are covering today. And anybody who's been on the channel for a while, if you're like, whoa, what's Gabriel wearing today? What's happening there? This is something new. You're absolutely right. This is my new apparel, Strike Ready. My Strike Ready line. Okay, we got these amazing shorts. We got the Spartan logo right on the front with the Strike Ready patch and a whole bunch of little Spartans all through there. And then same thing across here, very faded, so it's not like blasting you in the face, but it's there. And then up top, we got the Strike Ready, and I just love that flying knee. These are now available for sale. There's not many of them. They're gonna go quick. If you want them, jump on it right now. I have a link down below and one up there. The first drill that I want to show you today involves the skipping rope. Now, why am I using a skipping rope instead of hitting the bag? Well, this one I found is crazy challenging on number one, the cardio, number two, the shoulder conditioning, and number three, the calves. And if you're somebody who likes to round kick a lot in fights, you want those calves conditioned. If you're somebody who likes to punch, you want those shoulders conditioned. And obviously, you need the cardio. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about double unders for 10 seconds and then a 10-second break where we do normal skipping. But this means throughout the round we get no actual break. Just like in the fight, when we're in the middle of a round, there's no full break. There's us moving around, but this is kind of equivalent to me bouncing with the rope. So I'm gonna go 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'm gonna give you guys a 1-minute demo. I would try to do this for a full 2 minutes and probably 2 rounds in total. So just 4 minutes overall, 1-minute break in between. All right, that was only 1 minute. Now, the first couple double unders, easy. I'm like, you know what? This is far too simple. Second one, okay, I'm feeling it a little bit. By the end of the third, you guys can hear me now. Starting to get a little bit challenged on the heart. Calves hadn't kicked in yet, but guess what? When we get to the second round, those double bounces, they really add up. And then of course the shoulders. The shoulders really start to kick in midway through the first round, and second round much harder. So try that, two-minute rounds of double unders for 10 seconds and then regular skipping for 10 seconds. Cardio drill number 2. Now you can do this with a pad holder. That's great. It's nice to have somebody holding pads and motivating you in between, but you can do it on the bag. You just got to have a lot of self-motivation to not give up. Well, what are we doing on this drill? Again, we're going to go for 2 minutes. 2-minute round. I'm doing 2s instead of 3s for one main reason. I've already done my 3-minute rounds, whether it be sparring or whether it was pad work. Sometimes in pad work, it's 4 minutes. For the end, I'm really trying for that burn down. And when I start getting up to 3-minute rounds, I find you have to ease back. But for the 2, you can push, push, push. So we are going to go 5 non-stop round kicks on one leg. Little bounce in between, 5 on the right. And then from there, we're going to go for our dozen jump lunges with our back knee touching the floor and also trying to get some real good height. Again, I'm going to give you guys approximately a 1-minute demo of what this would look like. We're going for 2-minute rounds normally. Whew. Okay. Now the only thing I might do in that drill, potentially, is increase the round kick volume. So instead of doing just 5, I might bump it up to 10. But you want to make sure your technique is staying sharp. You don't want to start going, getting wobbled. That's why I like low volume kicks. But guess what? This one is going to scorch the thighs because those jump lunges with the switch, oh my gosh, they burn. And when you come out, it's kind of like, oh, I can't get my kicks going properly. That's why I only do 5. Keep 5 really crisp. Again, if you're finding it easy in terms of that, you can up it, go to maybe 10 per leg. But this is for those guys who like to throw lots of round kicks, or people who are struggling. Maybe you like to throw the round kicks, but you find in your last couple fights, your thighs are getting real sore, and you're going, oh, it's too tiring to throw kicks. This drill is going to change all that, plus it blasts the heart. Now, there is not much worse in a fight than having your shoulders so fatigued that you can't even hold them up. You're trying to hold them and they keep feeling like they just want to fall below chin level, and you drag them up there. Oh, I can't hold them up. This is a terrible feeling. I had this early in my amateur fight career and corrected it with the drill I'm going to show you right now. Smashes the cardio, absolutely destroys the shoulders. It's the only one you need. If you're going, I want to get the shoulder conditioning down in the shortest time period possible with only one drill. I don't want to waste time with hand weights or punching for 10 minutes. I just want to get this done. Well, here it is. 2-minute rounds. Once again, we're just sticking with the 2-2s. Of course, as a pro fighter, I might bump those up to 3-3s if I'm getting ready for a serious fight, but 2-2s is great. So we're going to go 10 seconds of straight punches and then 10 seconds of popping from a push-up position. This is what I mean by popping. Can be on the gloves or on the palms, doesn't matter, but you will keep your gloves on, obviously, if you're doing punches in between. You're gonna go right from here, you're gonna just do a little spring through the shoulder blades and just spring out. very, very fast pace is what we're looking for. We're gonna go 10 seconds punches, 10 seconds down there, alternate back and forward. Gonna give you a minute demo. Now that is one of those drills that gets the muscle group you're targeting before the heart rate, in my experience at least. The shoulders give out so fast on those little pops on the floor. Many of you have seen this drill before, and sometimes I go 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, but as you're starting, I like the 10 seconds. 10 seconds back and forward and punching fast and hard. I got a bruised knuckle, so I was easing back on the power, but of course, the harder you hit, the more fatigue you're gonna get, so we want that. We want the power and we want the speed. Put those two together and you're gonna have a crazy drill for your cardio, but also for your shoulders. Now next, this is one that I like to do where we involve some knees in the mix. We're grabbing the bag, we're knocking off those knees, alternating where we skip our foot out. But I find a lot of times that one for me feels a little empty. It's like it needs something else in the mix. So we're gonna do some commando squats where we come from our knees and we come up, up, down, down, up, down, down. It's gonna give us that extra burn, get the glutes going, again, get the quads. We're gonna go once again for 10 seconds on knees, 10 seconds through those commandos. I'm gonna give you this 1 minute demo. I like this one for the change in pace. I almost think of the knees as the active exchange in the fight, and then those commando squats kind of as, okay, I'm on a break, I'm bouncing around, I'm recovering, but you're still feeling the legs get blasted and actively trying to slow the heart rate. Big deep breaths as you do it, slow the heart rate so you can get back in and launch another 10 seconds of hard knees. This one, you know, you guys can see how basically taking any drill, any fight striking drill and some sort of calisthenics drill, combining them together in any time method is going to serve you so well. These will up your cardio, give you what feels like that superhuman cardio. So that's it, everybody. I already have some great running routines on the channel. I'm gonna link one up there, sort of my bread and butter, the one that I've got so many messages from people saying, Gabriel, I did my last fight. I added your sprint routine and my cardio felt amazing. I won my fight because my cardio was just going nonstop. So you can utilize that running routine. But again, these could be something to supplement your running if you don't want to run as much or you don't want to run at all. Really, these are great options. But in addition, if you are putting in the road work and you want to put in that extra, 1, 2, 3%. You want to outdo your opponent, train harder than them. These are fantastic drills for the end of a training session. At the very end, you run over to the bag and you just bang off 2 2-minute rounds of one of these things that I said today. You push hard, you challenge yourself, and really, there's not a good way to cheat on these, which is fantastic. As long as you're going, and you're going, like the double under one, as long as you don't mess up, you just keep those double unders going, you're great. Multiple round kicks, you just get them off, and you go into those jump lunges. You're gonna challenge yourself. And if for some reason, you're wanting to make a training session out of all of these, what I would suggest is you start, number 1, on, let's say, the skipping. You do the 2 2-minute rounds, and then you give yourself time to work on technique. You do something like a 4-minute break, right? You train hard for 4 minutes, you do a 4-minute break, where you just sort of cruise through, you work on something technical, something you've been wanting to put together, and then you jump into the next drill. You run over and you do the multiple round kicks with the jump lunges, and then you do a 4-minute break. You can turn this into a crazy hard training session. And when you think about the actual volume, it's only 4 4-minute rounds. So you're only working really hard for 16 minutes, but guess what? That is enough. It does not need to be a 2-hour training session every time to improve your cardio. Short, but crazy hard. That, in my experience, is what is going to set you apart from the other fighters who are not doing things like this. That's it. Thank you for joining, guys. I will see you back here soon for another video.